Yeah, I may have gone a bit far in a few places. So, hi. My name is Jesse from Jesse's Game Room, and I built a life-sized Omori statue. Well, mostly life-size. Apparently life-size is supposed to be around 5 foot something, and this ended up being about 4.5 feet tall. That aside, it's still pretty fucking big. Biggest thing I've ever printed. And today, I'm gonna real quickly walk you through the process of how I did that. Now, if I was a smart man, I would have documented this process a lot more thoroughly. Unfortunately, you're listening to 104.7 Dumbass FM, where I only did spontaneous Snapchat messages to my friends and occasional documentation. So the video is going to be a bit shorter than it would be if I had documented this better. But hey, look at it this way, less bullshit, right? So what do you say you sit back, relax, get a drink or something, and I'll walk you through how I made this statue. Sound good? Alright. First things first, we need a model. I used this model of Omori that I found on Thingiverse. I'll leave a link to it in the description in case you guys want to join me in this madness. The model came in 2 parts, one of which was all put together, and the other one was split up into a bunch of pieces. I then, using Fusion 360, split up that model with a bunch of pieces into a bunch of individual pieces that I could print out on their own. This worked great, with the side effect that it made them all fucking huge. Like, way too big to fit on the printer. But after scaling it to the funny number is 69, it all worked out perfectly fine. Like I said, this ended with the statue being a bit shorter than I wanted it to be, but it's still plenty good size for me. Still looks really cool in the corner of the room. After printing everything out, I would cover it in UV resin, cure it with the UV light, sand it down till it was nice and smooth, and then paint it. But enough of me talking. What do you say we look at some actual footage of me making this thing? Okay, so it's a few days later. I have most of the parts of the statue separated out. Actually, hold on. I have one of them printing now, as a matter of fact. It's the knife that Omori holds, which is pretty cool. This can print on my Ender 3 Pro. New printer should be arriving soon, something bigger to print this. But right now I'm just slicing the files to make sure that, they'll all fit on the new printer. And one I'm running into troubles with. Is there something the matter? Yeah, this is too big. I'm gonna have to find a way to split this up. Let it be known, I am starting to print out the boy. Alright, statue update. Head is still printing. Back part of the hair is still printing, but I have the front part of the hair and the cowlick printed out, as well as the knife. I actually have the knife coated, sanded, spray painted, and clear coated. But yeah, this is going to be a lot bigger than I thought it was. I've decided to print out a smaller version of the statue just to get an idea of what it'll look like. So far I have the head, although I'm going to have to reprint this since there are some holes in it, and the half of the legs printed out, as well as the knife. And the knife actually gives me a good way to compare the size. So this is the knife for the life-size statue. Pretty big. And here is the knife for the model. So, the scale of this project is now dawning on me. Alright, go.
I do this for all of the temperature towers, checking which one has the best.
Absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Incredible. I have painted the boy with UV resin. Holding it right there. So now we set it in the UV box, just like this. And now we wait. Alright. I have it painted. Right now I'm waiting for the paint to dry before I do another coat. I might sand it down as well. There's a few globs, like right there. I'm gonna have to sand down. The hair is still in here. Still drying. Actually, let me turn this around. There we go. It is 2:24 a.m. Thanksgiving Day 2023. And I have the paint done. I'm gonna be honest, I mainly started painting because I dropped this and the ear broke, but I managed to patch it up. And I think it turned out pretty good. Tomorrow, when the hair is dry, I'll reassemble it, see how it looks. This is kind of awkward to film, but I'm going in with wood filler and I'm filling in the cracks, and then I'm going to sand it, paint it, sand it, paint it, until this seam is gone. Alright. It's drying, but overall, I think that came out looking pretty good. I'll get another shot of it once it's dry. So I've ran some calculations, and I've realized that I have enough filament to do this, but just barely. If any of these prints fail, I'm gonna have to buy more. I've written myself a note here. I'm gonna stick this in the print, and if all goes well, I never have to see this note again. After 13 hours and 45 fucking minutes, we are back in action. Also, I did put the Altoids tin back in there because fuck it. Alright. I have managed to get Omori here. It is primed and painted. I have the arms smoothed out, though I have some sanding to do there. And I have to file in here once this dries, but that's where the knife goes. Overall, looking pretty fucking good. So, I found a way to paint this. I have it in a vice clamp here. And I just have a bucket of paint. And slowly but surely, going over and painting on this. I'm gonna paint, sand, try to get it as even as possible. Man, it's hard to paint while filming. The statue is done. I'm still printing out the base. So right now it needs to lean on something to stand. And the top half and the bottom half aren't glued together. But the boy is complete. So, yeah, that's how I built the Omori statue. Once again, sorry for not recording more footage. If I knew I was going to be making a video about this, I would have recorded way more. On the plus side, I do plan on doing this again, possibly even building a basil statue, though that's not going to be for a while. When I do that, however, I'm going to live stream the entire process. In any case, this has been Jesse from Jesse's Game Room. I hope you have a nice night. See you on the flip side. Take care. Rex! Rex, who's the coolest dog?
How do I get people to subscribe?